Hello guys, today I am going to discuss about the bishop as promised. First of all, let's solve the puzzle I gave in last week. If you missed my last video, it is in the description below. In this puzzle, we can set a powerful fork. For that, the key square is c6. But that square is guarded by black's knight in a5. So first, white should remove that defender. In order to do so, white's first move here is bishop takes bishop. Now black should take that bishop, otherwise white will be ahead of material. Next move for white is rook takes knight in a5. In other words, sacrifice the rook, because rook is more valuable than knight. Now black will take the rook with pawn on b6. And now comes the killer move, knight to c6 check, and also it attacks to queen on e7. So once king moves to a safe square, knight can take the queen and easily win this game. Now we are ready to learn about a quirky long distance operator, the bishop. Bishops can move as far as their path is unblocked along the diagonal. So in this position, the bishop can move to any of these squares. The major drawback of a bishop is that it can only touch the squares in the color in which it travels. So a bishop that begins on dark squares can only touch the 32 dark squares on the chessboard. Of course, a bishop that begins on light square can only touch the 32 light squares on the chessboard. So we call our bishops a dark squared bishop or a light squared bishop. So while a bishop can go very far with one move, it is relegated to only half the squares on the chessboard. This is why the bishop is worth only 3 pawns. In this type of position, the bishop can slice right through white's pawn structure, but it can never attack any of the white pawns, because they are all on dark squares. So here you can see both the pros and the cons of a light squared bishop. Like every other piece except for the pawn, the bishop captures the way it moves. It cannot jump over the other pieces. And if a bishop is blocked in by its own pawns, it is considered a bad bishop. You always want to maximize the mobility of your chess pieces. In here, the white bishop is blocked in by its own pawns and can't do anything active. The black bishop, on the other hand, is free to roam and can attack the white pawns on dark squares. In this position, black is winning because he has the better bishop. Now let's take a moment to talk about quality in chess. We say that each piece has a numerical value. Bishops are worth 3 pawns, rooks are worth 5 pawns. But in fact, the values of pieces fluctuate with the board position, and it is important to learn about the principles which determine what makes the given kind of piece more or less powerful. It turns out, for instance, that bishops are much better in open games than in closed games. An open game, by the way, is when the central pawn structure is not blocked. In this position, the pawns are wide open, so the bishop can cut through the whole position. Here, on the other hand, the bishops are locked in by the pawns. Knights, on the other hand, while they are also worth roughly 3 pawns or better in closed games. We will learn about the knights soon, but for now just remember that knights are the only pieces that can jump over the other pieces. So in a closed game, a knight can leap into attack while other pieces are locked in. So if you have a bishop against a knight, you want to open up a game. With knowledge of these principles, as they will be taught in this course, you will be able to make long-term strategic decisions even in your first week of play. Just to show you the power of centralization in chess and also to show you the power of the bishop, take a look at this position. Here, white's two bishops on d5 and e5 cover all of these squares. But of course, notice that the white bishop alone only covers these, and the black bishop covers the rest. So, the power of two bishops is very important to understand. In chess, we refer to one side or another as having two bishops. So, while a bishop is worth 3 pawns or a knight is worth 3 pawns, usually two bishops together are better than a bishop or a knight, because they complete each other. Now, what is white's best move here? Bishop d4 is checkmate and ends the game right away. Here, it's white's move, but be careful to find the best move. What you see? Rook b6 mate combines the rook and the bishop to win the game. Sometimes when we are closer to victory, we release the tension of the game and throw everything away. Notice how terrible a mistake rook takes f5 would have been. Here black is stalemated. There are no legal moves. Once again, in this position, you want to find the best move, white to play. Force the black king to move out of danger and win a rook for free. Now I hope you have a good understanding of bishop. Now let's move to our today's puzzle. Find the best move for white and comment it below. We will discuss it in our next video. In our next video, let's discuss about the pride among the chess pieces, the queen. If you like us, subscribe our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. Thank you.